doesn't matter what the outcome is, we'll go to court. It's not over till it's over. So whatever the outcome, we'll go to court.
Well, if the Constitution has given you a guaranteed right, then there's no harm in exercising your right. Now, but what people have failed to do is to commend the judiciary, because most of these justices and judges, they've left their primary assignment and gone to the tribunal, and at the end of the day, you find that it's not like they just turn around things, and there are just a few exceptions that we've seen, and there are justifications for upturning those elections. Now, but if you look at the majority, Lagos is an example. Somebody with 70,000 has come to challenge somebody with 750,000.
I mean,
and
that was bold.
Audacious.
Audacious, in fact. Audacious is better than bold in this instance. Audacious is better than bold.
So, but you saw what the court did, and the court actually berated him and his counsels that, come on, we're not playing here. This is, try your luck elsewhere.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like everybody said, go back and recalibrate. Sit down. Plan. 4 years is just around the corner. If you want to know how far 4 years is, I always tell people, go borrow money. Before you know it, it will be 4 years.
Blink of an eye.
So 4 years is just down the line.
Yeah.
So
people, well, that's why we just wanted to hear what the people out there are thinking about it. A number of them won't be lawyers. The lawyers themselves are not going to call in. I wouldn't be surprised if the lawyers decline to call in. Say, what? What am I going to comment upon? Mazi Okoroafo, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Sayori. Good morning, our guest. Sayori, you see, we meet in the court. That's what one of our listeners was telling somebody, said, we meet in the court. I started laughing. I said, we meet in the court. It's always the language. But the question is, we should have that spirit of sportsmanship. You know, when you come to organize a football match, whether it's local one or international one or any community one or even state one, there must be a winner, there must be a loser. But the question we have today is this, the politics we have in Africa, not only Nigeria or Lagos, we don't have that spirit of sportsmanship. Everybody feels that he must be at the top. Like, if you look at what one of these preachers, Dr. Enenche, he said, live each day as if it is the last. Live each day as if it is the last. When you come to a place, know that there must be a loser. But we don't want to. And if we carry the notion of politics, they are going to politics as money or power. That is where the confusion comes. And that is why this need, like I used to tell you, that if I have my way, let's keep politics as a vocation, not as an occupation. By the time you keep politics as a vocation, we know that if you are going to politics, you are going in as a vocation. Yeah, but the institution that I went with, there's no way. It's just like a child writing an exam. When you write an exam, you must fail. You must pass. It's option. Either you pass or you fail, depending on your preparation, on your own capacity, and the type of the course you are doing at what. But everybody does that. No child that goes to exam one that is to fail. But some people, before they enter, let me go and write this SSC. Right? And I'll get the C6. You are going to that exam with that notion of C6. Not that you are going to make an A, because you see, you have already demolished the marks within yourself that are by like at least if you get C6, you are satisfied. That is the mentality we see in Nigerian politics.
Yeah.
If we run that mentality up, I bet you, Nigeria. Look, this country is very good, though. Because if you watch what is happening, you saw what happened in Venezuela last 2 days. What happened? How prisoners, how did they manage to bring ammunition inside prison? You see how the security men landed up that prison. You start asking, how did they manage to rocket ranger inside? So this is technology. Politics is to be an occupation, not as a what?
Okay.
As a trade. Good morning.
Thank you very much for calling in. I've heard the term used about at least twice now, this matter about sportsmanship. Never mind sportsmanship. How about statesmanship? I mean, if you want to come in, you want to be a governor, and that's not a sport. You want to be a statesman. And, you know, if you can't accept that you were rejected at the polls, roundly rejected, and you now say, well, nevertheless, we're going to court. Roundly rejected, scoring 10% of the votes.
Less than
10%. So
there was something Mr. Governor said.
Yes.
He said, if you've got something to offer, come, let's work together.
Exactly.
I don't think some of these people have anything to offer.
Mr. Okay, I mean, you can say that, Mr. Osifowora, because, you know.
See, we need
I
to.
hear what you're saying.
The voters also need to start. We have to change the pattern of voting. Let's look at people. What's your private life like? Some of us grew up watching you on TV. We've seen you. We know you. If you come up for anything, don't be surprised at how many people are going to line behind you. There's some of those people just fell from the sky.
Unknown entities, unknown qualities.
Exactly.
Really,
So,
and then you're challenging, as a couple of people have mentioned, a team, a duo that has served 4 years. And then what are you challenging them with? Qualification.
That's the thing. You're not saying they've done this wrongly. They've done this, they're not up to par here. You're just saying, so you're looking for some backdoor thing. This is not, so Lagos is not where you experiment.
Well, indeed, nowhere. I don't think the judiciary...
You experiment with people's lives.
Yes, they're not going to stand for it. And especially when you want to try and experiment with the law. Where? Even apart from Lagos, anywhere else, what you've just said will probably hold good as well.
Exactly.
Anywhere.
That's why I said, if you can't conduct your case well, your own case, personal case, the court is almost lampooning you.
But,
then you want to conduct our own lives that's been going well under this duo. Come on.
But there's a sense for rule of law. There's an attitude about the rule of law, deep commitment to democracy. And so we allow even those who are behaving in what to some might appear to be ridiculous. But if it conforms...
But not stupid.
I'm not going to use that word. But if it just barely conforms to some semblance of being legal, okay, bring it on, we'll throw it out, but let it not be said that we didn't allow you to bring it on. That seems to be the situation here. But Mr. Adediran, has said that his team will study it, of the PDP. His team will study it, and then after that, I can just imagine people rolling their eyes that what are you studying out of this? Which part of this is difficult?
The biggest room in the world is a room for improvement. Let them go and improve on what they've done. At least we've seen that what they've done is not, the courts have said, and we also have seen it. All you need is just your ability to comprehend English. There are no, those days of using... Law. Yes, the law is simple. The law is there. That doesn't give you the liberty to go and practice, but you understand what is being said.
Yes.
And then you can comprehend, except you don't understand English. That's where you say that some of those things are easy to...
It goes back to what you've spoken about earlier, and some people have also mentioned. Look, how serious are you? They've used the term sportsmanship, sportsman-like. How serious, and I think it was you who were saying, how serious do you want to be taken if you score 10%, less than 10% of the votes that were garnered by the winner, and you're still heading to court with what? What are you taking there? And what are the charges? What are the things that you want the courts to determine?
What's new?
What exactly is new? And in any case, I think the Lordship said in there somewhere that even there are aspects of this that are pre-election matters that we don't even have any business looking at here.
Exactly.
So it just...
There's the issue of citizenship, dual citizenship that was raised as well.
Can you imagine?
And I'm like, somebody who was born in Nigeria because he's acquired. And I think that has been laid to rest by the Court of Appeal. That's where I have a problem with some of the councils who actually go for this petition, because all you need to do is study precedents. And you know that these things have been decided.
But you explained it, that sometimes councils do so advised, and their clients will say, nevertheless, God spoke to me.
I have had to reject briefs. It's not everything you take on, because if you keep doing that, people will look at you like you're one of the lawyer must chop kind of people. Because if you take every brief, what do you want to prove? Because one of my guiding principles in life is what my dad told me, that growing up, that anything that's got to do with my name, you have to be careful.
Okay.
So if I'm going to put my father's name on something,
You think that the councils that represented them, you think they were somehow jeopardizing their own reputation?
I wouldn't stay on national TV and be berated like that. I mean, the court just said, why are you adding someone who lost the election?
Yeah.
You're suing the person. In what capacity? You want to take his vote? You want to add his vote to your own? Those are things, those are elementary gaffes that should not be seen with a lawyer. If that forms part of a question in constitutional law for a 200 level student, they won't make that mistake.
Well, I suppose the only way to look at it, at least as far as I'm concerned, is, the system, the judicial system is bending over backwards to show that... to accommodate. Look, no matter how, you use that word that I'm very reluctant to use, no matter how that way it sounds, bring it on, let's look at it, and then we promptly pronounce on it. And once the gavel drops, that's it. Are you satisfied now? Now it has been written. It is in the judgment that there was absolutely no merit to this case. And, it's just one of those things. But I suppose there's a sense in which you probably would have it this way. Let people come out and make a spectacle, is the word, of themselves.
Of themselves. But the downside of it is that you're impeding governance. This duo are there trying to go about their life and trying to go about their duties. But see, whichever way you want to look at it, there's no small litigation. Your mind will be there, your resources will be channeled.
It can be very distracting.
Very distracting.
Yeah.
So please, I think it's time Lagosians came out and said, please, appeal to these people. Whatever you have spent, we will refund you, or God will replenish you. Let these people carry on with their job. We're satisfied with what they're doing, and then come back in 4 years' time. You can come back. We've seen people, I mean, we all grew up with the Abraham Lincoln story, and we have someone in the mode of Abraham Lincoln at the presidential level too, but we've not seen the outcome of, his own...
We're still
Yeah.
working at it.
Maybe still early.
Again,